Hey guys, it's Team Junkyard Dog, and guess what? We're getting for NHRL. We're going to be there for April 5th. We hope we can at least get one win. We know it's very competitive there, very tough there, but we're going to bring drum gun, we're going to bring Big G, and we're going to give it what we got. But in preparation for that, we have actually partnered with Snapmaker. They sent us this beautiful 3-in-1 machine. They heard about my other machine and that we were using it to build combat robots, and they thought that was super cool. And so they had offered me some modules to update my machine, and I told them, I was like, you know, to be honest, my machine's pretty worn out. I've been cutting stuff out of it for several years. And they were like, okay, well, we'll just send you a machine. You try it out. You show everybody how you use it to build robots. And with that statement, I was like, I can show everybody how we build robots with one machine. If you send me a machine, the rest is history. It's sitting here. So let's go ahead. We're going to get into this. We're going to be building Big G for NHRL. I'm not going to show you all the CAD work because I don't want to embarrass myself, but I am going to show you how I use this machine to cut out the parts, CNC the parts, 3D print parts, and bring that robot to fruition. So without any further delay, let's go ahead and jump right into it. And here he is, the legendary Big G. He might not be a legend to everyone, but he's a legend to me, and that's what matters. This is the robot that basically got Junkyard Dog on the map and to actually start winning fights for the first time ever. I mean, we had a few small victories, but we didn't become a competitive team until we built this guy right here. Now this is after the St. Lucie event. You can see that his armor took some pretty good hits. And you know, we had some pretty tough matches, but we did get third. It was a very good battle. It was a very good competition. But you can tell that we need, hopefully I can find some more trash can for his back plate. This one's seen better days for sure. We're going to make some new TPU side armor. We're going to CNC out some new sides. We're going to cut out some new carbon fiber for the top plate and bottom plate to shave weight for a larger battery for NHRL. I'm going to go from 3mm carbon fiber to 2mm carbon fiber. Plus you can see these are beat up pretty badly. We've been running these for over a year. And of course, you know, you can see I took some pretty major collisions up here that took chunks out of the UHMW. So let's go ahead and take a look at our 3D prints for the armor. Alright, so here's our prints. We went with the blue TPU this time. I had black last time, but I figured if we do happen to get on the stream at NHRL, we don't want to just be blacked out. We actually want to have color. Big G has traditionally used dark blues, so we're going to kind of stick with that. I have the logo and his name on the armor. And we did print these on this machine right here. And I'm going to tell you right away that I used the wrong settings. I had it running too fast. I didn't slow it down for TPU and ran it at a normal speed. It still came out really clean. I mean, some really nice lines for sure, but just some of the edges are rough. And I'll show you an example of Drum Gun's armor that we printed with the right settings, and you can see the difference. So here's one of Drum Gun's armor panels for the side, and you can see that the bottom layer, I haven't had any bottom layer issues whatsoever. It's much smaller on this piece right here, but very nice bottom layers. Looks very good on the sides as well. Finished well. You can see how clean this one is. This is all the same TPU, but we just had better settings here. So this machine is handling the TPU quite well. Now what we need to do is we're going to convert this machine as a 3-in-1 machine. So we're going to actually remove the 3D print head. It is a dual extruder, by the way. You can see I have 2 rolls of filament back there. And to convert it, we're going to remove the head, remove the bed, and then we'll be ready for some CNC work. We're going to get the filament out of here first. And then to convert our machine, I'm going to go ahead, and I like to kill the power. And we're going to release this cable. There's a little lever right here at the top. there you go. 3D printing module is out of the way. Reach way back here and disconnect the build plate, whatever you want to call it, and flip that little switch right there, that lever, and the build plate comes off. So now we're ready for the CNC bed and head. So then we just take our CNC spoil board, we slide it on, we flip the lever to lock it in, and then we take the CNC head and we slide that on, flip the old lever down, take our cord and plug it into the top, and we are converted. Power the old machine back up. And we have lights. Okay, so here's the important part. This is what we're going to be cutting out, basically. I have two of these that are going to be cut out of this. This is the 3D printed version of the CAD. I modified this to run the Repeat Pro drives, and I had to add some meat back here and here because that's where my armor bolts into. For the last competition, I only had like 4 mil of plastic holding my armor on, and luckily, crossed my fingers, I didn't tell anybody about that, but it actually held up and held on. But I want to make sure, so I'm adding some meat to that. And so this is what we're going to be cutting out. This is the calibration card. We have to basically set our work origin, and I'm using the touchscreen up here to do all this. You got to do it manually. First thing I'm going to do before I get it actually to where I want it, I'm going to set my run my boundary, and I want to do that to make sure I'm not going to have any collisions, and to see basically where my box is that we're going to be cutting out. I'm going to just try to center it in this piece to stay as far away from these as I can, and I'm going to bring down the bit until the bit is just putting pressure on this card. Alright, so we got everything lined up. It's time to go. When I mean go, not leave the video, I'm talking about let's go ahead and cut this part out. So I'm going to swap over to my time-lapse camera and let's see how it turned out. Alright, 25 minutes and 30 seconds later, once I've figured out all my boo-boos, this is what we have. Let's clean that up a little bit. Have it, and with a little bit of fine tuning and adjustment, you can see that things are looking pretty good. The only thing left standing were the tabs, just like it's supposed to be. So getting used to the new CNC for sure. Things are looking up. All right, so we finally got the system down. Big G has all these chassis sides now. 4 altogether. They are interchangeable from one side to the other. They are perfectly symmetrical. And to give you an idea of what his chassis sides weigh, we have our scale here, and they weigh 1.5 ounces, which isn't too bad for a Beetle weight. That's one way that we can run such a heavy weapon bar over 13 ounces is because our chassis are extremely light. So you know, together should be 3 ounces if my scale is accurate. I'm sure it's not perfect. Yeah, 3.1. So there's a half in there somewhere. His other chassis sides weighed 1.4. So by beefing them up a little bit where the armor bolts on, I didn't hurt anything. No big deal. So up next is we gotta get the scale out of here. But up next, it's time to cut some carbon fiber. All right, so call it me being cheap or whatever, but I can just barely, if you can notice by these little black squares I've drawn, if I get my bit out to the perfect edge, I can get 4 top plates or 2 top plates and 2 bottom plates for Big G out of this one piece of carbon fiber with very little waste. So the plan is I got it perfectly centered. It's within Big G tolerance, give or take a millimeter on the edges. The way I have the program set up is it's going to drill the holes first for the top plates. So after it drills the holes, I'm going to pause it, put screws in, so I'm not relying on just the tape. And I'll have 2 screws per plate, and then I'll resume and let it finish cutting it out. And if all goes to plan, we end up with 4 top plates. But let's see what happens. Okay, so after an hour and 7 minutes, we have 4 chassis plates, top plates / bottom plates. And just word to the wise, carbon fiber dust is very nasty. Please use every precaution to protect yourself. And now it's time to reveal the Black Death inside. And hold your breath. Oh my God. It is everywhere. Use a respirator, clean it up. I'm gonna get this cleaned up, wipe down the whole inside of this thing, and then we'll come back and see how our parts came out. So we got 99% of it out and clean. I didn't clean the panels in the very back because as I was cleaning, I kind of came to the realization that we still have to cut out the carbon fiber for drum gun. So I'm just about to trash it all over again, but at least it's clean for now. Let's see how our parts turned out. A big moment, a big reveal, and you can see how perfectly the tabs are and how well that is cut out. That is fantastic. So all I have to do is get my little nippers and cut these tabs off. Then I'm going to go rinse everything off, and then I'll remove the plastic for the big reveal. Let's get this cleaned up real quick and then see what we got. A little bath in the sink, a dry off. We clipped some of the edges with our little pliers here, little snippers. Let's see what we ended up with. There you go. Now we have 4 of these in an hour, ready for old Big G. I wonder how consistent we were with our sizes. So that's how consistent we were on the top. Very, very close. I mean, that piece of carbon fiber was just the perfect size. Totally coincidence too. Insane. I didn't even plan it. I just got lucky. And this is my waste material from that whole sheet. That's it. That never happens. It was a 300 by 200 sheet like this, and now it's this, and I got some pretty cool parts. So very nice. As expected, the CNC works well. I've been using Snapmaker for 3 years plus. I'm not surprised that the bigger and better machine did better. One more operation to do, and I think that these plates right here, they need a little bit of laser engraving. So we're going to do some etching, or try to etch carbon fiber. We're just going to put Big G and the JYD logo on these. So let's see how that works out. So now we're going to convert, and we're going to go from CNC to laser. Just put the bed on. Now we're ready for some lasering activities. So I'm going to go set my SVGs up. Alright, so this is an easy way to do a screen share, but you can see that the Lumen software, this comes with the Snapmaker. It just takes a photo of the bed and the pieces that you have on the bed, and then you can actually put your artwork where you want it on the actual piece. Then that is where it's supposed to laser it. So let's find out what happens. Alright, so let's see what we've done here. Now, of course, the laser is not going to burn through carbon fiber. It's just going to etch the epoxy. That's all we wanted, was something light. And check it out. So if somebody manages to trash one of our top plates, that'll make it a much better trophy for that person, because it's already basically autographed. and I think it looks pretty cool. Alright, so there you have it. That's how we use the CNC to cut out our parts. If you're interested in seeing how we assemble Big G, I can make a video on that. Just drop a comment down below. If you like vlog style content like this on a robot channel, then say so in the comments, leave a like, and subscribe. And until next time, we're Team Junkyard Dog, and we're out.